You see the comment here. The black and white thing is Steve Ditko, Ayn Rand ideology.
Mm-hmm.
It's this weird thing where it's like,
is Ayn Rand Hitler now? Is that what they're trying to assert with that? Like, Steve Ditko isn't a bad guy. He pays for haircuts, for goodness sake.
You argue like shades of gray. It's like, no, there's only pure evil. And it's like, I don't even remotely understand how to tackle that argument because it's so detached from reality and how people.
No, it's not. Something is either good or it's evil. An action is good or evil. Something being said is either good speech or evil speech. It's pretty simple. Like it's
right, and there's you have varying degrees of what that entails too, right? And so like even the church has the church has like over 2,000 years of really kind of going into what this is. There's documentation on how close you are with cooperating with evil. So for an example, if you want to talk about a lot of the vaccines that are made with abortion harvested cells, there's there's church teaching would basically say like you should not do that, especially if you know it. And I don't think you should, but there is an argument to be made too that you like if there's a greater good, like so if you take the vaccine and you know it's going to, if you take a vaccine, not the COVID vaccine, but like I don't know what's another one that's like has been proven successful, like with the I can't even think of one right now.
Polio. How about that?
Yeah, if you like the polio vaccine, clearly proven good. So like there might be something to that. And I have to like go back and look if the polio was made with the aborted fetal cells or not. But there's stuff like that too that like there is intense, thoughtful documentation that explains a lot of this stuff. If you just take the time to look it up, it can be a little bit harder now with Google. And even Brave, like all the search engines kind of suck for finding a lot of this documentation, but it's out there and you can find it.
Don't ask questions, just consume product and then get excited for next product.
Yes.
Like literally, like,
well,
dude, I could literally make the argument that Hitler isn't pure evil when he's doing art. I mean, what?
So
he's not.
Right.
Listen to how they respond to this. I guarantee you the back room after this was like, hey, Bob, don't bring up the H guy, all right? Funny mustache guy has a no embargo thing here, right? We don't talk funny mustache guy.
Literally Hitler.
What argument are you making?
That's a Vosh level thing right there. I'm not going to touch that.
They're scared. They're scared of the word.
No, it's a bizarre stance. Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Even Bob, who's like the epitome of like a good person, right? Every night and makes.
You hear that? So Bob's weird. A good purse. Did you hear that?
What? Who does?
He's a good purse.
I don't understand this at all. Like why he's like insulting his mom.
He is insulting his mom. It's crazy. What a joke.
Says this? Who thinks this?
Yeah, I would never say something like that about my mom.
Yeah.
Terrible. You know why, Mitch?
I know.
Because they're communists.
There's evil in everyone.
And I'm generally a pretty good person too, but his dad. And that's
oh my god.
What am I doing that for?
Why?
And
These people are just degenerates.
Yeah.
Pure degenerates.
It's super bad. Oh, we got Father Miller here. So we now have an expert in the faith with us, much more knowledgeable than I am. Appreciate you joining us. These are people who are upset that I include the teaching of the Catechism of the Catholic Church in a number of my articles, and I quote my own bishop when it comes to transgender ideology.
Yeah,
what's wrong with me?
And he stares at me the whole time. It's just
eye contact is required.
This is not funny.
Oh, gross. It's not funny. It's just disgusting.
And he's just like smiling at me. It's kind of weird.
These are grown men. These are grown men
Everybody
talking
does
like
it. It's
this.
normal. I don't know why you're acting weird about it now. But no,
these are our critics.
John F. Trent, not a great guy. Not a great guy.
But I love it. I love it. They're going off like hypothetically, like talking about like
some of the most disgusting, degenerate things
sex
you can
with
think
like
of.
this one guy's parents, and then they follow. Oh, but John Trent's not a good guy. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just a good guy. That doesn't do drama on time books, John. That's what I know. So
that's just kind of basic looking at some of the streams, some of the stuff he says. But his articles get a bit fucking intense. This Spider-Verse article that YouTubers use this article as a source for their video. That's the thing. Like, people are using this website as a source for videos. So many.
Which you're doing right now.
All people we cover.
Thank you.
Use this guy.
It cannot be stressed enough how like pretty much all of them are using this website as
we appreciate
proof,
this,
right? Like this
as well.
And this
Thank
is
you.
the human centipedes cycle of the Ouroboros of right? Like they'll and I've talked about this before with Ethan Van Sciver, and he's part of
Ethan's actually debated this guy.
Ethan Van Sciver.
I can only imagine how that went. Probably very poorly for him.
It was pretty funny. Yeah.
Will say a thing. Like he'll make a claim.
Did Ethan like dress up? Was he in like a character?
It was a while back. I don't think he did. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Some garbage that doesn't have any evidence behind it and is ultimately proven to be, false or whatever. And this website, it's almost like they have notifications on for him, this and Cosmic Book News, and probably Bleeding.
Yeah, they're upset that we cite
those are the
an actual former DC Comics artist.
Right.
He's describing how the industry has absolutely collapsed. Okay. He's literally an authority. We will keep citing Ethan Van Sciver. If Mike S. Miller would like to get, like, if he was doing more of that stuff, I mean, I may have to like follow Mike a little bit more. I know he kind of like, I feel like I know he's on your stream a lot.
Comments on this stuff sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. I can get him to give us comments anytime for sure.
Yeah,
I'll do that. I'll do that for my next thing.
We cite Chuck Dixon all the time too. So these people are literally veterans of both of these companies that are dominant in the comic book industry. Like, why would we not like listen to what they have to say? It's news. Sorry, like. They're just upset that they don't like what they have to say. And we cover it.
And they'll immediately write an article about it and act like here this comics insider made it, says whatever, and then people who don't know any better don't know that this comics insider hasn't been inside for over a decade or something, and it has basically been not over a decade. That's not right. But basically, it's been proven as a liar over and over again. And they'll run with it, and people that don't know any better will think must be true.
Do they think he doesn't have any contacts within DC anymore? I mean, Jeff Johns is still over there. He's good friends with him, as far as I know. So, okay, still sure.
A lot of people, there's people like at DC who talk to me behind the scenes, they don't want it known that they talk to me, because like somebody would go out there, these yahoos would go out there and cancel them for just talking to me. But I talked to several people, and it's kind of sad, because it's like some of these people I would like to just have nice comic book discussions with, like on my stream or something like that, because I think it'd be entertaining, and I think it'd be just good to have those discussions, and it would help dial things down. Eric Larson was cool, but there's others that like aren't that brave. So, and it's really sad, and it's all because of people like Bob and Dane, because these guys will unleash harassment mobs on them just for talking to me. So. Is what it is.
Like the context when you talk about a study, right? If you bring up a study and they're like, oh well, you can find anything on the internet that like I can go on the internet and find studies that support me too. This is what they're talking about, right? Like if you come with studies from like the WHO, or the NHS or a university that has made a meta.
I think they're trying to justify child mutilation right now.
Right.
Is what it sounds like.
They are.
Different studies around gender affirming care, right? For children or for trans children. But then these people will come with an article that says child mutilation, and then that's what they mean.
Because that's what it is.
Yes.
Well,
because literally.
They see that so often.
Yeah, no.
They're really upset that we're putting the truth in the headline.
Almost always
and
by
it
these
super
guys.
triggers them.
Pretty much everybody we cover being presented as like serious news. So we have this article, and
This is serious news.
it's about the protect trans kids flag in Gwen's room in that 1 second of the trailer. And you're going through here, and it's just kind of standard. It's just going over details. And then it takes this turn into going into Christian stuff.
Oh no!
Essentially,
it's
like,
not a
source for
turn.
how,
It's literally a moral authority
your
on why this
Christian
stuff is
dogma.
wrong and it should be opposed. It's very clearly laid out. It's not like a wild turn. It's explaining why this stuff is wrong and terrible, and that there is reasoning why people should oppose it, and explaining what that is. Because I think there's a lot of. I had an email the other day, someone thanking me for actually including a lot of this, like the teachings of the Catechism, quoting bishops, quoting priests, and that are explaining why this stuff is wrong. Because I do think a lot of people, like, they understand that it's wrong from like a common sense perspective, but they don't have the kind of like explanation to really dive deep into why it is wrong. They just know kind of from their common sense why it's wrong, instead of the literature or whatever you want to thinking on it, and the like the deeper explanations on why it is wrong.
From there, Bishop Burbage writes, indeed, there's like, what we're talking about, a trailer here, and this is what this guy is writing.
We're talking about them promoting child mutilation in the trailer. Like, that's what the headline says. Like, it's not just about the trailer. So he seems to lack comprehension.
They typically do.
Like, this is his source?
Bishop Burbage writes, indeed, there's ample evidence. What the fuck? Ample evidence that gender affirmation not only does not resolve a person's struggles, but can also, in fact, exacerbate them. Except, bro, who is this dude?
Yeah, no,
bro.
He's a Catholic bishop.
This dude like,
as noted,
he's pulling out
in the article.
Like,
I mean, he should go to the article
so
where
right on the
Pope,
screen. It's right there.
Right.
It says Bishop. It's up under his picture, for goodness sakes. Is it right?
The Pope also opposes this too. This is basic Christian teaching. Like, there's nothing like extreme or like, this is normal Christian teaching. Like, this is it's also natural. It's common sense, and to kind of be bewildered by it, I think, just kind of shows where their thinking is on this, and they are clearly don't have a very good moral conscience right at this moment.
Correct.
And we pray that they will develop one and repent.